All right, guys, so we are going to set up our notebook for chapter 4. So you should have that packet that I passed out to you in class, kind of two, because I made a goof up on one. Or I've attached them here so you can print them out if you're able to print at home. If not, you're going to have to try to take notes best you can. Okay, so we finished up our inequalities chapter. Now when you see this, you're going to see some stuff on 37 right here that we didn't do, so don't worry about that. On this page right here, though, is where we're going to start. So if you have your packet like this, you should take the staple out and then not change the order at all. So like leave it right in this order, and I'm going to grab right off the stack, so it should all be in order. Okay? So you take that very first page, that's our table of contents. We always fold that 3/4 or 1/3 quarters back. And then that's going to get glued or taped around this page here. Now, just to be clear, the last page that you guys have is our or, which was on 36. On the back of 37, or on the back of 36, like I had this, but we chose not to do that, and that's okay. So you're not going to have a number there. And then this is going to go around that next page. So we'll tape that in. That was funny when we were setting up our last chapter. I remember when we watched that video together, you guys were all like, she's so fast. You know, I'm kind of quick at it because I've done it over and over and over again. So, you know, if you need to pause or whatever, that's fine. No, actually, the next one that we need is the one that I goofed up on. So it was like a separate one that I gave to you in class. It's like a smaller packet. And it'll be the separate one attached here that's just like 2 pages. Didn't take my staple out of that one yet. That's me. Okay, so for this one, we are going to, if you're looking at this side, we're going to cut along the dashed line. We can just cut this 2 pages together at the same time. Okay, actually, let me zoom out a little bit more here. I'm like doing risky moves here because it's during school right now. We might get a bell or something interrupting us. Now, if you actually take this values of graphs one, just the one on its own, and flip it over so that we're looking at the bottom, relative min, relative max. The next one you're going to want to look for, it's actually not that one. If I take the other two, the top page I had here is actually totally blank, so you can toss that. We don't want this one, but if you flip it over, you'll see increasing, decreasing, and we want that to go right above relative min, relative max. And then right above our increasing, decreasing, we want the positive, negative. So if you line it all up like that, boop, boop, boop. Oh my gosh, that's the noise it makes before I'm going to start recording. And then we flip over, you should then see line of symmetry, x and y intercept, and values of graphs appear. And when you fold it nice like this, you're probably going to want a stapler. And if you don't have a stapler at home, you can use Abraham Fleminkin. Look at that little cutie. When I see you next. So, okay, we'll put this on this page here. And the last page that we numbered was 36, and that was our or. So this one will actually be 37. Don't number our table of contents. So now we're going to turn the page to be 38 and 39. And from here on out, the rest of these should be pretty simple. So now we're going back to the stack. And the next one that you should have looks like this. We're just going to fold that one right in half like a book, so that on the front you should see the words Graphing Stories. That's going to go on 38. I'm a tape swirl kind of girl. I don't know about you guys. I feel like it's I'm saving tape by just doing one little tape swirl. But glue is good too. Now the next one you want is the very next one in the stack. Looks like this. Then we're going to flip it over and fold the short ends into the middle. And then if you want, we can cut out some cute little doors here. along those dash lines. And so then that will go on 39. Now, turn the page, so we're on 40 and 41. And in your stack of papers, the next two that you're going to see are the two that we already did, the two that I goofed up. So this one here and that one there, we don't need those. So sorry, but those are trash. Maybe you can use them for scrap paper for something, do some scratch work on there. So then after those two, the next one that you should see is this. And if you're looking at it like that, we're just going to fold these two in so that they meet in the middle. This one I'm actually going to put on 41. Oh darn, I wanted to cut those out. It's harder to cut when they're taped. That's fine. And I didn't even realize until I started doing this, you guys are getting like the double feature because you can like see me back there too. Huh? Huh. Sorry. Okay, the next one that you should see is this one. And it's actually the same thing twice. So you can cut right at the middle. And again, get rid of one of them. It can be some scrap paper. And then this one, I think, yeah, I want to actually fold that one in half. We could put it on here sideways. I think I'm going to fold it in half. That'll just leave us some room, and maybe we can do some extra examples on this. So I'm going to fold that in half like a little mini book, and we'll put that on 40. Right there. Okay, so turn the page. We got 42 and 43. And the next one that I see is this one here. And if you flip it over, we're going to fold that in half just like a book. And that will go on 43. And then I made another goof too. I don't think I want to do the one after that. So the one right after that is this. And we're just going to toss that one. Wait, scrap paper. Sorry. Your girl goofed a little bit. But then if I take the next one, so the next one looks like this. These look very similar, but they actually are different. So we're going to keep them both, and we're going to fold this one half like a book. And that's going to go on 42. So I'm going to take those two down now. Go in tape swirl. You can go glue. I like to do good old tape swirl. Okay, turn the page. We got 44 and 45. And so what I want to do is this next one here. There's actually some extra at the bottom, but what I found to be a little bit easier, so looking at it this way, we're going to fold in half like a book. And then underneath the words interval notation down there, you can actually just chop that extra off. And then if you want to cut these out to make doors, you could do that. And then this one I'm going to put on 45. Okay, I'm going to scooch it down, like put it kind of in the middle, leave a little room at the top. And then the next one you have, there's actually 3 of the same thing. So if you're looking across the top at all the graphs, you need to cut after you have 2 of them. So I am going to just cut out straight up this line here so that we have 2, 2, 2, and that thing all the way down. Hopefully that makes sense and is not too confusing. And then the extras can be some scrap paper. And then I'm going to tape this right down the middle of 44. These are going to be some good examples for us to try. turn the page. We got just a couple more. So we'll do 46 and 47. And I think so the next one says, how is it growing? And we're going to flip that one over and fold it like a book. And again, just like with that last one, there's kind of extra at the bottom. So if you want to cut like underneath like that, you can. We're not going to want to cut doors on this one. And again, I'm going to put that in the middle of 47. We can do some things above that. And 46, we're going to leave blank. We're going to do some extra examples off to the side there. Then we're going to turn the page. Got 48, 49. And so the next one also says, how is it growing? But we got little duckies at the top instead of ghosts. So again, we'll flip that one over. So we're looking at this and fold it in half like a book again. And you can also cut off the bottom. It's got a little extra down there. And then tape swirl. I'm going to put that on 49, kind of in the middle again. So I have a little bit of space at the top. And then we'll turn the page. And the last one that we have is on 50. So we're not going to number this one. This will not have a number on it. We'll put 50. And then this is the last one that we have here. And we'll flip it over and fold it in half like a book. I don't know for sure if we'll do that one, but it's there if we decide to. You're probably thinking, girl, we don't need a graph. If you want to skip it, we can skip it. We'll just have to see. Graphing is my favorite. Okay, so there you go. I hope we didn't number this one. If we did, just like scribble it out, but we're not going to write any of that stuff, so that was that stuff we chose to ignore. Alrighty, see you when I see you.